Once you've created some goals for your content, the very next step is to create a buyer persona. Now, a buyer persona is a fictional representation of your target market as a whole. Because once you understand your target market, when you have a little bit more information on them, things like what they like and what they dislike, when you know their pain points and you know the types of companies that they work for, it becomes a lot easier then to create content that will attract your target market. Content that they're going to like, content that they're going to consume, and content that ultimately is going to convert them. Now, I've done a video already recently on buyer personas and basically the benefits of buyer personas and why you want to create one. And I'll include a link to that video in the comments below. But in today's video, what I want to do is walk you through the process of creating a buyer persona. And so what I've done is created a resource for you that I've also included a link to in the comments below that will walk you through this process. And when you look at this resource, what you'll find is the very first place you want to start is in research. See, chances are you already have a lot of data on your target market. It's just in places that haven't been combined into something usable yet. So look at your current customers. Look at the people who are already consuming your content. Check out things like Google Analytics or past orders that have been placed and see if you can find some trends in the data of people who are buying your product or service or who are consuming your content already. Are they all from a similar location? Do you find that it's predominantly females that buy your product or service? Are they all roughly the same age group? Are they from similar size companies? Find the data and the trends in the data that you can that is going to help you to understand the people who are already buying your product and who are already consuming your content. From there, you're going to want to do some interviews. Now, this does not have to be an involved process. In fact, I usually recommend about 3 to 5 interviews per buyer persona. And basically what you're doing is trying to get a little bit more information that maybe wasn't included in the data you already have. And so I recommend a few categories of questions. Ask them some demographic questions. How old are they? How much money do they make? What is their job title? What kind of company do they work for? What is their role in their company? Who reports to them and who do they report to? You're going to want to ask questions about the company. How big is the company? How many employees? How much money does it bring in? What is its mission and purpose, and what kind of products and services does it provide? What kind of tools and software do they use? You're going to want to ask questions on basically what I call social questions. What kind of social media platforms are they on? What publications do they consume? What blogs do they read? What podcasts do they listen to? You're going to want to ask questions on pain points. What challenges are they facing in their job right now? What do they wish they had that would make their job easier? You're going to want to ask questions on their goals. What are their goals in their job? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? What are the things that they enjoy doing? And as I said, really it only takes 3 to 5 people. Compile that information, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to put it into a buyer persona template. And as I said, the resource I have linked in the comments below includes a template for you. So once you have all this data, plug it into the template. And I've made it an editable form, so really all you have to do is sit there on your computer and type it out. Or if you like to handwrite, you can print it out and handwrite it all in. Add a picture, just a general picture of kind of what your target audience would look like. Give it a name and print it out and hang it up somewhere. And really what this is going to do is it's going to give you an overall view of the type of person that you are trying to reach with your content. Now understand there's obviously going to be variables and there's going to be differences, but what you are looking for is what seems to be the most similar attributes of the people who buy your product or service or the people who consume your content. And that's what you want to include in your buyer persona. And as I said, print it out, hang it up. And anytime you go to create content, you refer to that buyer persona to make sure that what you are creating, the topics you are talking about, the content that you're producing, the areas where you're distributing it, they all affect and would attract that target market. And so I hope that helps you. I hope this resource helps you to really build a buyer persona so that you can target your target market more effectively. As always, if you have any questions on this, leave them in the comments below or shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to help you with a buyer persona. If you have built buyer personas in the past, if there's anything I missed out, anything I left out, leave that in the comments below too. Let's help make better buyer personas. And until tomorrow, when we talk about building a system to track the analytics of your content, I hope you all have a great day.